All right. Is that thing on there? Hey, how you doing? I'm Tommy Maloney, the DIY Do-It-Yourself Guru, and I'd like to welcome you to our first ever fan mail episode. As always, I'm joined by my right-hand man, my brother-in-law, Merle. Say hello to the fans, Merle. Our ongoing DIY YouTube series has been spreading in popularity like a proverbial wildfire. We've been receiving cards, letters, and gifts from our fans across the country. So we decided to share a few with you today live from the Tommy Maloney DIY Guru studio here in Gumboro, Delaware. Let's have a look at our first letter, Merle. Our first letter comes from Miss Roxanne Jones, who hails from Niceville, Florida, and wants to know, what is Merle's last name, and is he married? Well, Roxanne, regarding the first part of your question, Merle's last name is Brzezinski with an I. He's very proud of his Polish heritage. As to the second part of your question, we get asked a lot about Merle's marital status because he is, after all, a very handsome fella. I'm sorry to report, ladies, and I hate to break your hearts, but Merle has been happily married to my sister, the former Molly Maloney, for over 30 years. Well, we got something in here, a little gift it looks like, Merle. Let's see what we got. Whoa. What is that?
Undergarments.
Whew. This girl means business, Merle. I'm thinking we don't want Molly to see this thing. All right, let's go to our second letter. This comes from Mr. Anthony Mariotti, who writes, Dear Tommy, you say you're from Delaware, but your accent sounds like you're from the Bronx. You know what I mean? Well, Anthony, you're a very perceptual guy. Before I moved to Delaware, I did indeed make my home in a large metropolitan city in the Northeast where I operated a small business within the gaming industry. In fact, Merle here oversaw my collections department. But unfortunately, due to some minor legal issues and some pressures from a few business associates, we had to extrajudiciously relocate down here to Delaware. But mum's the word on that. All right, let's go to our final letter today, which comes to us from Miss Annie Washington from Bellefontaine, Ohio, who writes, Dear Tommy, you said in one of your videos that you were thrown out of your friend's house and now you won't be able to go to his annual Super Bowl party. Would you and Merle like to join us this year at our Super Bowl party in Bellefontaine, Ohio? We serve some wonderful snacks like a heart-healthy, low-fat cheese and crackers tray, an organic veggie assortment with some great drinks like fresh squeezed carrot juice and sparkling water. That sounds amazing, and I really appreciate the offer. But I'm happy to report that Merle and I are back in Valentina's good graces. We schmoozed her by doing some yard work for her, quid pro bono. We raked some leaves, cleaned the gutters, things of that nature. And as coincidentally, she also happened to be serving her world-famous spaghetti and meatball dish that night, and she invited us in to join the family. And of course, we didn't refuse. I mean, her meatballs are unbelievable. She makes these big meatballs, deep fries, and they're kind of hard on the outside, but delicious. So we went in and joined the family. The way she does it is she brings the plate out, sets it down, big plate of spaghetti, one big meatball on top. Boom. Everybody's getting a nice plate. There was an unfortunate incident, though. As Dominic's brother, Lorenzo, he's kind of a loser. He's been unemployed for like a year and mooching off the family. So he's sitting there with the family eating. Valentina puts the plate of spaghetti down, but there's no meatball. So he looks at her and says, Hey, where's my freaking meatball? She looks back at him and says, You get a freaking job, you get a freaking meatball. So then he responds and says, Hey, Valentina, why don't you take that meatball and put it where the sun don't shine? Bad move. She reaches back and throws a 90-mile-an-hour fastball right at him. Unfortunately, it was a wild pitch. Missed him. Boom. It splattered right in Merle's face over his right eye. Show him your eye, Merle. Poor guy. The bottom line is, if you're thinking about pissing off Valentina, my advice is simple. don't do it. In any case, Annie, thank you again for the invitation. As you can see, we're all set to enjoy the Dominic Silvio Super Bowl blowout once again. So that concludes our first episode of the fan mail episode. We appreciate you joining us, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Take care and have a great day.